Happy Sunday. Little Sunday, fun day. Been toying with just increasing capacity. Um, just trying to go longer on the rower. Oh, yeah. Well, today's little tip is you don't have a motivation problem. You have a clarity problem. Okay? And clarity builds confidence. Confidence builds consistency, and consistency, family, that changes everything. So most people are trying to follow too many plans, too many opinions, too many rules. Uh, so they stop, start again, stop, and they call it basically. We look at it as a lack of discipline. But the real issue is they've never been shown what actually matters, what to prioritize, what to ignore. So, when things become really clear, everything changes. You move with intention, you make better decisions, and then you stay consistent. And that consistency, that's really where the power lies. Because if you're not doing anything towards your health, wealth, or your prosperity, but you can start to consistently move the needle a little bit, and then the next day move it a little bit, and consistently do that, that compounded over a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years is going to have a drastically positive impact on your overall health, wealth, and your prosperity. So a lot of times we really, what's up? We try to go too hard, right? We want to change everything right away. And what happens with that is we start to set unrealistic goals. Those goals don't get hit. And then we stop again. And then time goes on. Um, and then we start again. I am in the DMV area, DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia area. So a tip that I used that I've been coaching or telling people for probably over 20 years, um, what's up, as I call it, the net 15 rule. So this is something, guys, like you just start to incorporate every day within your lifestyle. So essentially anything processed, anything, and what I look at as processed is a man or woman had to make it and they put it in a bag or a container. Got a little creatine and L-carnitine. No, CLA, conjugated linoleic acid. One of the best fat burners on the market, totally natural, made from safflower seed oil. So basically talking about what you can do. It's called the net 15 rule. So when you're looking at packaged food, a little hinge, a little thing that you can incorporate into your lifestyle, flip that label over, look at the nutritional count, the content. You're gonna look at the total carbohydrates. You're gonna look at fiber. If there's any fiber in that product, you subtract the fiber from the total carbs. That number that's left over is what is going to spike your blood sugar levels. What's going on? How's the weather in India? What time is it in India? So you take that number. So just say the package has 20 carbohydrates and there's 5 grams of fiber. When you subtract that, you're left with 15. Those 15 are what's going to spike your blood sugar level. So per serving, I try to stick at 15 grams or lower. I'm in the early afternoon here in Maryland, so it's 12:30. So you take that number, And now, if you have anything packaged, you want to stay at 15 grams or lower. Another quick tip is just living mentally, trying to become more positive with your health, your wellness. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. The big pyramids in Egypt weren't built in a day. And your shift and change in your healthy lifestyle isn't going to just happen in a day either, right? So little hinges can really swing big doors. So make little tweaks to your lifestyle, little tweaks to what you're doing. And then my car, I'm on a rower. I'm sitting on a row machine. So I just row. I row around town. Yeah. Well, hey, have a good evening over there in India. Wherever you're at, thanks for jumping on. Incorporate the net 15, total carbs, subtract fiber. The number that's left is what you're going to spike your blood sugar level. Try to keep that number 15 or lower. Hope you have a wonderful day, or in some people's instance, wonderful evening. Yes, I am. Happily married. Have a wonderful day. Cheers to health, wealth, and prosperity. I'm out.